What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we're going to be having a little bit of a look at another triple changer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It has been just an hour or two since I showed you Autobot Springer, and I know I should be leaving a healthy distance between videos and letting them breathe. No! Transformers have gone and revealed 2 triple changers, which means I'm going to show you both triple changers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to have a look at Blitzwing, who did feature in the Bumblebee movie. Seriously, it was like the second scene, it's not a spoiler, and was not a triple changer, even though, incredibly minor spoiler, there were triple changes in the film. How weird. It's Blitzwing! Yay! Incidentally, Bumblebee is awesome, and if you haven't seen it, you totally should. So Blitzwing then, we've had an Autobot triple changer. It's only fair we have a Decepticon. Now, thing about triple changing cards, they are free-sided cards. They have a bot mode, an alt mode, and another alt mode. They are also super rare. That means 4 super rares in this set, and they ain't going to be easy to get hold of. Never mind. It is an 11 cost, which makes it slightly cheaper than Autobot Springer, but still a rather expensive card to put in your deck. It is going to limit your deck building options a little bit. In terms of the stats here, you have 13 health regardless of which mode you're in, which is alright. It's not bad. It's higher than average. Not great for an 11 cost, but not terrible. You've got a defense of either 0, 1, or 2, which is, well, either average, quite bad, or very bad. And an attack of 3, 4, or 5, either below average, average, or above average. So you can see there that you're always going to have a combination of 5 attack plus defense. It just depends how you're actually passing it out. When you're in bot mode, you got an attack of 5, which is good, but a terrible defense of 0. Whereas when you are in alt mode 1, your defense of 2 is pretty good, but your attack of 3 is not good. Just like we saw with the other triple changer, you've got the opportunity here to flip around modes to take advantage of the particular stats you want at any given moment. That can be a very good thing or a very bad thing. It depends what kind of deck you're playing and introduces a bit of a risk-reward thing. Yes, attack of 5 is great, but do you really want to be stuck with a defense of 0? Now, you are a ranged character regardless of mode, more on that in a moment, and you can either be a plane in alt mode 2 or a tank in alt mode 1. Again, more on that in a moment. So, let's have a look at a skill, shall we? Starting off in bot mode, when you attack and you flip at least 1 orange and 1 blue icon, you draw a card. After the battle, flip this to one of your other modes. I like this a lot because we've already mentioned how that defense of 0 is not good. So what you do here is you flip into bot mode, you attack in bot mode, bearing in mind this has your highest attack. Hopefully you flip 1 orange, 1 blue. You get to draw a card. Drawing a card is awesome, incidentally. And then you flip to one of your other modes. And we've got cards like Rollout that we saw in Wave 1, which are going to really help you with this. If you can get a double icon card, then that's going to do it all in and of itself. Really here, what you want is just to be able to have a mixture of blue and orange so you can get a combination when you flip. Although don't be sleeping on something like Plan. So if you want to play a Decepticon deck, how about Decepticon Crown? Decepticon Crown is a nice little utility which was revealed by Wreck and Rule, and when one of your Decepticons attacks, regardless of who this is attached to, you get Plan 1, meaning you could put a card from your hand on top of your deck. So if you've got something like Rollout, you can use Plan 1 to put it on top of your deck, guarantee you're going to get the orange and the blue. So that's very nice. If you can get this rolling, this is perfect. Highest attack whilst never having to worry about the defense and drawing a card. Yes. All of the yes. And this reminds me very much of one of the character cards that I was lucky enough to reveal from this set, Blue Streak. Blue Streak has a very similar deal. Blue Streak has a much higher attack when you are in bot mode and a much higher defense when you are in alt mode, and it's got an awkward to use ability whereby when you are in bot mode and you flip 1 orange, 1 blue, 1 white, you get to flip into alt mode where you've got the much higher defense. So huge similarity and overlap with Blue Streak here. So we like bot mode. Having a look at alt mode 1, we have a range tank, we've got the highest defense, lowest attack, and we've got Brave. Brave says that if possible, enemies have to attack this. This is fun. This means that if you've got other characters you want to keep alive, they've got to go after Blitzwing. This is incredibly good. This is going to help you massively if you want to keep other characters alive. And of course, when you're running with Brave, it might seem terrible, but there's nothing to stop you popping something like a force field on there and rolling. The reality is you've got the highest defense in this mode, so if your opponent is going to be attacking you, you'd want to be in this mode. The question is, are you comfortable with your opponent being forced to attack you in this mode? Because this is an 11 cost. It's taken up a decent proportion of your deck. Are you okay with the fact that you might essentially be losing this character a bit too early? And the reality is, you got 3 modes. If you don't want this being attacked, don't be in alt mode 1. In fact, head on over into alt mode 2. Because in alt mode 2, you've got stealth. And stealth says that if your opponent has a choice, they cannot attack you. Now, of course, if they don't have a choice, you've attacked and you're the only tapped character, then yes, your opponent does have to attack you. But as long as it's not there, yeah, your opponent has to go after somebody else. And the combination of these 2 skills is beautiful. I said this of Autobot Spring, and I'll say it again here. I love it when cards work well together. Here, if you want to be attacked, you flick into alt mode 1 and take Brave. If you want to be left alone, you flick into alt mode 2 and use stealth. And then if we go back to the bot mode here, we can see how this card functions so beautifully together. You want to be attacking in bot mode. It is where you've got the highest attack. You do not want to be defending in bot mode. Incidentally, the only way your opponent can make you flip is using the card Cornered, which only allows you to force your opponent to flip from bot mode into alt mode. They cannot make you flip into bot mode, which is brilliant because it's bot mode you don't want to be in. And then when you attack, hopefully you get the pips, and then you have your choice of whether you end up with Brave or Stealth. It's a beautiful card that works wonderfully together, and I am all in favour of it as a character that really does give you options. It's a triple changer. It should be giving you lots of options, and it does. Now, it is a ranged character regardless of mode, which gives you access to armed hovercraft. Put it on a ranged character, gives you +1 attack, got a blue pip, and when you attach it, you do 1 damage to each of your opponent's characters. I like that very much indeed. Far more than Rapid Ascent. Rapid Ascent is fine. +1 defense, orange icon, your opponent scraps a card from their hand. Not terrible, but not as good. We also here have a tank. And Tank is good. I like Tank. Tank gives you access to a card that I am a huge fan of. It is Hunker Down. Now, Hunker Down lets you flip from bot mode to tank mode. So here it's very simple. You've got to be in bot mode, and you cannot flip to whichever alt mode you like. You have to flip to the alt mode, which is a tank. Compare that with Rollout, where you flip from bot mode to alt mode. I am willing to bet very strongly that this will allow you to flip into either alt mode, whichever one you choose to go to. But Hunker Down, you don't even have that same issue because you've got to go into tank mode, so it does take away a little bit, and you are absolutely golden. That is, as far as I'm concerned, the best thing about tanks. You do also have Crushing Treads, which gives you Pierce equal to your defense, which is fine, especially if you want to be playing a defensive deck. But come on, Hunker Down. And then, of course, you are a plane when you are in alt mode 2. Please remember, you can attach them when you're in that mode, and if you flip to a non-plane mode, that's fine, you still get to keep it. Aerial Recon is a utility that ups your defense, and when the character attacks or defends, look at the top card of your deck. You may scrap it. Now, this could actually help you to try and get the alt mode skill of Blitzwing rolling here by letting you look at the top card of your deck. If you see that it's something like Rollout, keep it. If not, scrap it. You're only looking at 1, and it's only really going to be helpful if you see that you have got a double icon, and it will increase ever so slightly your chances of hitting the double icon, but either way it's still kind of nice. If you want an action card for planes, might I suggest Bombing Run? Move 1 damage counter from each of your planes to one of your enemies. It's fine, it's not, I think, the reason to play a plane. I like this very much indeed. I love that you can have stealth or bravery on one character, and I love the fact that you can attack in your best mode and then switch to a different mode. I'm not 100% convinced. I don't think it's quite as good as Autobot Springer, because I'm not loving the way that you either get protection or force your opponent to attack it, when you could do this using the card's bravery and stealthiness. Now, admittedly, bravery and stealthiness can be removed by a bunch of cards like ramming speed, so there's still a reason to play this, but I am, let's say, a little bit skeptical. The reality is you've got a decent attack, you've got some useful skills, and you've got an awful lot of options. And that, incidentally, is my favourite thing about triple changes. Are you a plane? Are you a tank? Are you a ranged character? You know what? Why not all of them? And you ain't going to be a plane or a tank unless you're a triple changer. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think about Blitzwing. But I would very much like to know what you think about Blitzwing. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But please do remember the most important rule. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about Transformers and other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays. Triple Changers!